Hi guys, quick review of a Tag Heuer F1. Just pros and cons really. The pros really are it's a one-piece case, milled out of a solid block of stainless steel. I believe it's 316L, and the bezel here. I'll just bring that into focus here if I can get that. Bezel here is encrusted with is titanium oxide, which makes it very hard and very scratch resistant. Also the crown here, the winder crown, is also encrusted with the same thing, which means it's basically going to really be very hard wearing. The downside of this watch is that it has these rubber bumpers, PU, I believe they're polyurethane bumpers, same stuff they make skateboard wheels out of. And unfortunately, they are a bit delicate. They tend to basically disintegrate over time. You can just see that there in the corner of that. I hope you can see that there in the corner there, just where my finger is, and here basically, and that's you can just see the kind of sub lugs underneath, and it really is a bit of a design flaw as far as I'm concerned. You know, for essentially, you know, it's a quartz movement, so essentially it's kind of, I've used it as a sort of high quality sort of beta watch. So, you know, it goes to gigs and stuff because it's a very legible dial. It's got you know, you've got this rotating bezel, which is great. You know, if I've got a gig and, you know, I'm basically, we've got a break in the middle of 20 minutes. You know, you can line it up like a, you know, diver style, and it's very positive clicks. You can just hear that there. 120 clicks, I might add. A little bit difficult to line up, and I've never been entirely sure whether it lines up absolutely perfectly, which really, for a watch that, you know, I paid 200 quid for it, maybe about 10 years ago now, they go for one in really good condition is maybe 500 quid. 495, I'd say, on the second-hand market. I mean, I will say that the Tag Heuer have addressed this lug issue. That the new F1s don't have these PU bumpers. They've replaced that with a solid bit of metal, and they've put a Tag Heuer or a F1 or something along the side here. This one isn't so bad, because you know, it's a solid, it's curved, it's solid, it's pretty solid. You know, there's a couple of chunks out there, but it's these ones here. If you get the chronograph version, it's less of an issue because you've got buttons here and here. So you know, it is a great watch. It wears quite small on the wrist. It's 40mm lug to lug. But it's got quite a small face, so it almost wears like a 38mm, so it's good for smaller wrists. You've got quite a thin bracelet here, narrow, not thin in terms of quality. It's a really good quality steel, beautifully finished. Although if you look at the bottom part here, this is just pressed steel, and I would have expected maybe you know, maybe like a solid steel thing. You know, I have a Tissot which has nice solid steel here, but you know, it's beautifully chromed. You also get a kind of diver's link here, which I'll just get out if I can. There you go. For those who like wearing wetsuits. And you know, I have gone snorkeling with this watch. It is pretty waterproof. I'll just turn it the right way up. That would be really useful, wouldn't it? The red second hand, really noticeable, very sporty, lovely design. But I would say really you get the date between the 4 and 5, which is actually, there are some manufacturers that will stick the date at 4. I don't think that's very, I don't like the date at 4 o'clock. I'll be honest. I think it makes the watch look unbalanced. But somewhere just down here, which is that kind, they've just got that whole golden section rule thing going on. The hands, I don't know if I've mentioned that the hands are actually white gold, and you can see that there. I got a white gold ring on my finger here, and they are kind. It is the same colour. Take my word for it. It is. They're definitely white gold. Whether they're a plate but I get the feeling they're probably not. But they're not rhodium plated. The rest of the dial is rhodium plated. You've got the lume pips there and there. Lume's not bad actually. It's a super luminova. I believe it's a C3. It's a green. You've got the lume there. Don't have it on the second hand, obviously, but you can't have everything. Anyway, what I would say is that as a second hand buy, it's obviously check for these lugs. But do be aware that it's maybe a nice watch to have, maybe as a beta, as long as you don't mind these lugs going. But if you're looking at a long-term investment purchase or something to pass on, this is not the watch for you. This is really you'd be better off perhaps saving up a couple of £100 more and maybe getting something like a Christopher Wood. Yeah, you're not going to get the Tag Heritage. But you will get a watch that's equally beautifully designed, and it will have a mechanical movement, and you will not get plastic bumpers. And this is a real failing as far as I'm concerned when it comes to those Tag F1s. And there are a lot of them about, and they kind of go from like 300 to. Because the only way to fix this is you send it off to Tag Heuer. They give you a new case, and they will rebuild the watch for you. Don't get me wrong, but at £400, really, you're spending £800. If you're assuming you spent £400 on one second hand, you're spending £800 on a watch, and you can buy a new, or a relatively new, or maybe kind of on the used market for about £800. You can buy a brand new one for just over £1,000. So really, just what I would say is just don't go there. Anyway, this is Michael Black. Thanks for watching.